Today I'm going to share 4 daily rituals that I do to boost my productivity and well-being while working from home. You can easily incorporate these habits into your routine to feel more productive and positive every single day. Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. So I've been working from home for the past 5 years now, and I know how challenging it can be to establish a healthy work-life balance, especially if you work for yourself from your home. Over the past years, I developed 4 daily rituals to improve my work-life balance. So if you find that you've been pouring all your energy into work and you have nothing left at the end of the day to dedicate to your health and your relationships, keep watching because these rituals will be a game changer for you. If you're new here, my name is Mari, I'm a doctor turned entrepreneur, and in this channel I talk about self-development, and the big part of it is about creating productive routines, establishing healthy habits, and all that good stuff. If you're interested in those topics, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel so you get new videos from me every week. And if you want my help to establish positive habits into your daily routine, make sure to check out the first link in the description below to explore how we can work together. I'm particularly excited about today's video because building an intentional routine really is the key to achieving your long-term goals. I'm going to share the habits that make up my rituals so you can take them as an inspiration for you. So without further ado, let's get started. The first ritual is your morning ritual. And if you're thinking, I don't really have a morning ritual, you definitely do, because a morning ritual is basically the things that you tend to do in the morning, the things that you normally do every single day after you wake up. It is particularly important to be very intentional about your morning ritual because that is going to have an impact on how your day unfolds. If you start off your morning with some bad news, that's definitely gonna have a negative impact along your day. So I'm very intentional about the things that I do in the morning to make sure that they set myself up for success, to have a very positive and productive day. And one thing that I do that I swear by is not to use your phone in the morning, especially if you are in the habit of going on social media and maybe scrolling for way too long, and the next thing you're a bit late for your first appointment, and that sets a very stressful tone for the day. And for that, I use an app called Opal. Within Opal, I can select the apps that I find particularly distracting, and I can set a time for when I want to be using that app. That way, I use my phone in a much more intentional way. Different people will feel distracted by different apps, and for me personally, Instagram is my biggest distraction. So I set Opal to only allow me to use Instagram from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. because at the end of the day, I will already have all my work done, all my important things done, and that has been working really well for me because it allows me to really focus on my life and on my goals, so I can work on them until 6 p.m. and then if I want to check Instagram after that, I am already feeling accomplished for all the things that I did during the day. And at 10 p.m. I definitely want to be getting ready for bed and doing my reading, relaxing, so I definitely don't want to be checking Instagram anymore. So if you find that you have a distraction app on your phone that is taking too much of your time, definitely make sure to check out Opal. If I'm not spending my time on my phone, what am I actually doing in the morning? So instead of spending my fresh energy on the news or social media, I use it to take care of myself and my space. Just a little disclaimer before we jump into it. Every single day is a little different, but these are things that I generally do in the morning and that really sets a good tone for the day. So starting with taking care of myself, I like to do things for my body, for my mind and my soul. To take care of my body, I like to exercise, get ready for the day and eat a healthy breakfast. I like to exercise daily but I don't exercise every single morning. Sometimes I leave it for the evening depending on what's the agenda for the day. And my form of exercise varies from day to day. Some days I will go for that very intense run or weightlifting, but on other days I might just walk to the shop to get my groceries and walk back with my heavy bags. The most important thing for me is to actually move my body and get out of the house, because working from home sometimes you don't leave the house at all, and that's no good for our mental health. And because I spend so much time at home, I love going for runs or cycles because I get to enjoy life outdoors a little bit more. Finally, the most challenging thing if you work from home is to actually get ready in the morning. It is so common between remote workers to just stay all day in their pajamas, or maybe use clothes that are comfy but they don't look good. I personally believe it is so important to put in a little bit of effort and dress something that makes you feel good and put yourself together to have a different energy for the day. So in my wardrobe, I have clothes that are comfortable and that also make me feel good. I don't put on a full-on makeup every single day, but every single day I put on some sunscreen and get myself ready, so I actually like what I see in the mirror. And to take care of my mind, I like listening to a podcast or a short-form guide while preparing my breakfast and eating. I find that videos, especially short-form content like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, they're a little bit too intense. There's just too much stimulation there for the morning. So I prefer listening to a podcast instead, because that allows me to learn something new and also gave me some motivation and inspiration to start the day on a positive note. I have a few different healthy breakfast recipes that I swap every now and then, but I usually like to have the same breakfast every single day for maybe a couple of months, and then I'll change into something else. Finally, to take care of my soul, I love to do some gratitude journaling and prayer, usually after I finish breakfast while I'm finishing my coffee. I keep this super simple. I just have a piece of paper and a pen next to me, and every day of the week I write down 1 or 2 bullet points, and by the end of the week I have a full list of things that I'm grateful for. And I write it in Spanish, so I get to practice my Spanish a bit more. And to take care of my space, the first thing I do every morning is to open the blinds and open the windows, especially if it is nice weather, to really let some light and fresh air come in. And that simple thing really changes the energy in the environment. Another thing that I like to do is to spend from 10 to 20 minutes organizing my space. And especially if you work from home, this habit is a must. If you don't take those 10 to 20 minutes, you are going to be working in the middle of the mess. Every time you look at the pile of clothes next to you, you're going to think about having to do that later. And every time you walk to the kitchen, you're gonna see your messy sink and think that you need to wash those dishes. And that thought alone, again, is sucking your energy. It's much better for you to take those 5 to 10 minutes to get it done instead of thinking these thoughts recurrently along the day. Trust me on this. These things are actually sucking more of your energy than you think. And the reason why I like to organize a little bit in the morning is because I'll be reaping the benefits of that tied up all day long, because now I have a clean and tidy space to work. I do the tidy up and cleaning in the evenings mostly because I don't have much more energy than just about enough to do the dishes and put stuff away. And even though I do most of the tidy up and cleaning in the evening, there's always something for me to do in the morning as well. It's either the clothes that are now dry and I need to fold and put away, or it's the dishwasher that it's done and I need to put the dishes away, or maybe just make the bed. Regardless of what it is, I generally spend 5 to 20 minutes tidying the place up a little bit. And I actually really enjoy it because it's an easy win. I actually have a full video on my morning routine where I go into more details in the habits that I do and the science behind them. Now let's get into my second ritual, which is the start of the day ritual. And this short ritual is what I do every single working day to stay focused on my goals and create an environment that really is inspiring for me to work. So I basically tidy up my space, get the equipment that I need to do the work I want to do, and I put away any distractions. And I love using my study with me videos here because they keep me focused and I love the background music. I created a full playlist of study with me videos with really scenic locations, so definitely make sure to check it out after this video. So now that I created a vibe for a focused work session, I have my video playing, I sit down to actually plan what I'm going to do. And for that, I use my monthly planner. The first thing that I do is to review what are my weekly goals, what are the things that I'm working towards this week, and see what tasks I could do to complete those goals. And using a planner really keeps me motivated and accountable because I can clearly see how the tasks that I'm working on fit into my bigger vision, my bigger goals. So I couldn't recommend it enough. And if planning is a habit that you want to establish, I definitely recommend that you check out my monthly planning video and my weekly planning video as well. In those videos, I provided free templates that you can use and get started creating this habit. Ritual number 3 is my end of the day ritual. This is the newest ritual that I incorporated into my routine because I felt like I never had a sense of closure to my working day. I'd just jump into making dinner or whatever. So I really felt like I needed something to feel like the workday had ended. And this is how this ritual came about. It's super simple again. All I do is to check my planner and see the tasks that I completed that day. I'd acknowledge the fact that I gave my best during the day, and if there are any tasks that I still need to complete, I will move them to the next day or replan depending on what I get done. And this is especially important on days when I feel I haven't done enough, because by looking at the things that I did do, I can feel grateful and satisfied about having them done, instead of focusing on all the things that I didn't do. This is actually something that I learned from Ali Abdaal, and it has blown my mind. It's the simple concept that you can choose to be satisfied with the work that you did do, or to feel frustrated about the work that you didn't get to do. And the way that you feel about your day won't change anything about what happened, but it will affect your future. So a smart choice here is to feel good about the things that you did, so you can do your best tomorrow. Cal Newport, who's the author of Deep Work and Slow Productivity, has a little shutdown routine that finishes with a mantra. At the end of the workday, he says to himself out loud, "Schedule shutdown complete." Which sounds pretty weird, but there is a scientific basis for that as well. Having this little mantra really helps you close off that part of your day so you can move on to your evening. I'll leave some ideas for mantras that you could use in your shutdown routine. I personally like the one that says, "Today's progress creates tomorrow's success." And that's a little positive mantra that you can end your day. And if you don't have an end of the day ritual, I really recommend that you create one that allows you to have more of a sense of accomplishment. When you work from an office and you commute home, it's kind of like an end of the day ritual, but if you work from home, you don't quite have the same thing, and it can almost feel like your professional and personal life are merging into one. So I feel like having an end of the day ritual really allows you to get that sense of closure and accomplishment as well. You have done your work and you're done now, so you can move on to enjoying your evening. Finally, ritual number 4 is my night ritual. Around 10 p.m., that's when I like to wind down for bed. Here is when Opal is really helpful because it shuts down Instagram for me, so I don't get stuck into that vortex and forget about all the nice things that I could do in the evening. I like to start my nighttime ritual by resetting my space. So I like to do the dishes, clean up the counters, put things away, so I have a clean and organized kitchen in the morning, and I also do the same in the bedroom, putting any clothes away, doing any folding that needs to be done. That way I wake up to an organized space. Then I like to do my skincare, put on my pajamas, and create a relaxing vibe by dimming the lights or even lighting up a candle if I'm feeling fancy. I personally like to read on my Kindle because that allows me to relax after a long day. If you don't want to download Opal to shut down your distracting apps, another thing you can do is to just leave your phone outside of the bedroom. That way you won't get distracted by your phone, so you can give full attention to your reading or whatever you choose to do in that time. And if you want to create more intentional routines, I recommend that you check out my morning and night routine guides. They'll help you create a very simple version and a more complete version of a routine that serves you. You can get my morning and night routines guide for free using the link in the description below. Thanks for watching until the end. If you want to develop your morning and night routines, I suggest that you watch these videos next. I hope to see you there. Bye!